Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the UURIG metal cage for the Sony ZV-1. Now, for those of you that have followed my coverage of this camera, you already know that I think it's pretty much the best of its kind. If you're looking to do any vlogging or just shoot video in general, the ZV-1 is really hard to beat. It's not a perfect camera, but at its price, which is a retail of $799, it is a formidable option, to say the least. So, if you're looking for something to give it a little bit more protection and the ability to mount additional accessories, UURIG's brand new metal cage may be right for you. Now, I'm not sure on pricing. They just sent it over for review purposes. So let's get it out of the box and take a look. And in my experience, UURIG does make solid accessories. That's why I continue to cover them. And anytime they do reach out, if they have something new and compelling, I say send it over. And this isn't the only accessory for the ZV-1 from UURIG that I will be covering, but I think it's going to be one of the more popular ones because, of course, the ZV-1 isn't really pocketable, but it's not that large either. But one thing it lacks is really a solid cage. And you can go with other manufacturers, but UURIG, in my opinion, gives you the most affordable option on the market, and that's one of the reasons that I like what they put together. So, basically what we have is a wooden grip, which is hollowed out, not solid, and then I believe it's going to be a tensioning screw that's going to tighten this around the lens barrel right here, and that's the complete solution. It comes with an Allen key, of course, and then the metal screw is right here. So let's take a look at how this actually looks on camera. And the beauty of this, before I actually do mount this, is really the accessory capability. You get, additional quarter 20 mounts, cold shoe right there. It appears another cold shoe on the bottom, and you're not giving up anything. Nothing is going to be blocked on the camera. It's lightweight, but it is still giving you a rigid frame to surround the camera, kind of like an L bracket, more so than a cage, I would say, since there's nothing really coming over the top of the device, the camera. And again, some padding right here. Let's just see if I pop this on it right now, how this looks. Don't want to damage your camera. So that's the fit and finish of how it's going to actually look on body. And again, you can just see all those quarter 20 mounts still have clean access to your mount on the bottom for putting on a tripod, or maybe the Bluetooth grip that is designed for recording, vlogging, and has tripod capability. But it seems pretty clean, pretty nice. And again, I'm not positive on the price, but I know that it's under 50 US, which makes it affordable in the scope of things. You also have a cutout right there for the tally light. So if you were concerned that the cage would block the tally light, no problem there. And then we have additional mounts up at the top right there that the dead cat is covering. So let's see if I pop this in right now. And this came pre-installed on their cage for the RX100 Mark 6 and 7. Here it's not, interestingly enough, but not a big deal. So you're just going to take the Allen key and make sure you're threading. Looks like it's not meeting, and if it's not, I'll just have to give it a little bit of a squeeze, although it is tightening up, so I don't think that'll be necessary. Let's kick this guy out of the way. The only other things that were in the box, for those of you that were wondering, is some paperwork and some branding from Ulanzi, aka UURIG. And you want to tighten this up just enough. You don't want to do damage to the barrel. I'm not saying that it would to the lens assembly. That seems pretty much it. It's tight, it's on there, looks good. So it's really just going to be a test of how well it performs. The one thing I will tell you out of the gate is ergonomics with the cage much better than without. And when I mentioned this was hollow before, the whole premise of it being hollowed out rather than solid, like a lot of cages, is that the ZV-1 does have a grip, albeit a very meager one. It still does exist, and that means that, of course, any cage you're going to put on it will have to accommodate that grip being on board. So let's flip this out. You can see everything looks good. Nothing is blocked. Of course, the display is not going to be blocked on this, so that's not an issue that you're going to have. So it's really just more a matter of, do you like the fit and finish, and does it accommodate enough things for you in order to mount all of your additional accessories that you plan on using with this. Now, the built-in microphone on this camera is pretty good for what it is. I mean, generally speaking, built-in mics are average at best. This one's a little bit better than average, but I can tell you right now, if you're doing any serious vlogging, you're going to still look to have, in my opinion, a better microphone than the one that is here. And also the cold shoe is occupied by the dead cat. So if you actually plan to use Sony's dead cat, again, it mounts on the shoe here. So that's why having some additional places to mount accessories is critical with this camera. I'm not saying that it's incomplete like this, but I definitely have been looking for a cage for this because it's only going to improve the flexibility and overall capability of what you can do with your ZV-1. So that's pretty much it. Just a first look at the UURIG cage for the ZV-1. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Of course, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. And that's pretty much it, folks. Please stay safe, and I'll see you later.